Welcome back to some more battles. We are in the open Great League, and let's see what team we're going to be trying out. We got the Malamar paired with the Lapras and the Azumarill in the back. Okay, we're going to have to stay in for now as we're doing okay damage. We tank the Frenzy Plant and we force them to switch out, it looks like, and they go into the Talonflame. We have the Lapras running Sparkling Aria and Ice Beam, so we're going to apply pressure here. The Sparkling Aria does get a shield. We're going to shield here so that we can reach another move, and this is going to make them make a decision. They decided double shield, and now we have another water for this Talonflame. We saw the Talonflame did fire off the flame charge, so we are going to see if we can preserve this Azu. We end up having to shield anyways, and then they come back in with their Serperior, but luckily this Malamar does reach a superpower, KOs the Morpeko, and then we have a move saved on our Azu versus their Serperior. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the Azu in the back. Luckily it had the Ice Beam banked, otherwise they probably would have gotten to their move. Okay, another Serperior lead here. Terrible for our backline. We're just going to stay in. Do the same thing. I'm going to fire off this foul play. Do we get the cap tie? No cap tie. So we're going to have to just tank this move. Frenzy Plant. Pretty decent damage, but doesn't KO. And then we're going to fire off another foul play. Oof. Our opponent knows their Serperior very well. So now we have to farm down with our own Lapras. But I guess that's pretty good considering all things. Ooh, Shadow for Alligator, not great for us because we do not have Skull Bash, but we have to build up like we have it. We're going to fire off the Sparkling, and we do end up grabbing a shield. And then we're going to head into our Azu matchup, and we get met with the Clockster up a shield. This might be winnable here. We fire off the Ice Beam. They tank the move easily. We shield here no matter what. Okay, so they revealed Earthquake. So that means that they're probably running the Earthquake Stone Edge version. We are going to take out the Clocksire, and then we're going to combo play into our Lapras. Lapras did have a move banked, and our opponent does end up shielding. So now it's a race. Can we get to this move? We do get to it. Is it enough for the KO? Yes, it is. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with our Lapras. Basically just throwing resisted charge moves, but those side waves from the Lapras did end up adding up. Okay, we got the mirror matchup here. This is always weird. We are gonna fire off the move first, and it looks like we did cap tie. Yeah, so our opponent does throw the foul play as well, and both of us are just staying in. Looks like our opponent tries to throw on timing again, but this time they are going to get met with their own Azu. So Azu runs into their Galarian Weezing. This is going to be a bad matchup for the Azu. However, we are going to be able to chip away at it. Do we survive this? We barely don't survive it, and they get the farm down. That's the worst case scenario. So now we have to try to farm down with our Lapras. We do show the correct overheat. They still have the Malamar for a catch, and okay, ends up being the Diggersby. Diggersby at an energy disadvantage, but they had the shield advantage. Let's see who wins this matchup here. Looks like we are going to get the shield, and we're just going to tank this move in case they get the debuff. They do get the debuff. We are going to have to shield here. They go for the Fire Punch bait. We fire off another Sparkling and ends up getting a shield. Maybe we throw a catch. We do catch the move. Should be Fire Punch, and it is. And it looks like our opponent is staying in. And now it just comes down to the farm down. No, unfortunately, this Malamar had some residual energy, and we are not going to be able to win that game. So GG's to our opponent. Very close, but unfortunately that Weezing too big of a problem to deal with. Okay, we're going to switch out here, and they simul switch into their Wiggly. Looks like this might be a double fairy team. We'll see. We are going to have the Sparkling go through. They do tank it, and then we're going to fire off another Sparkling. This is probably going to get a shield. Yeah. But unfortunately for them, we get to another Sparkling, and they actually have to invest 2 shields. We are going to let this go so that we can come back in here with Azu. In case they have another fairy type, we actually have some bulk. And now we see the Gastro here. We're going to shield potential Earth Power. Okay, perfect. And they are going to be able to throw another move. This is going to be a Body Slam, so we can tank that very easily. We only have to fire off an Ice Beam, and there it is. There's the second fairy type. We deal a decent amount of damage. However, we know that they have only minor moves, and they end up deciding to go for the Psychic Fang. Psychic Fang is resisted, plus we are going to be able to farm down with the Psywave. So GG Star Pundits, able to win that game with a Malamar versus a fairy type. So on to the next game. We got a terrible matchup here, so we're gonna have to just be creative, go for the superpower and dip. Our opponent ends up shielding, and now we have to deal with this Guzzlord with a decent amount of energy. Looks like they are going to be able to reach another move. We tank that move, and we're going to over farm and force them to make a decision. Are they going to shield? They do shield the second Ice Beam, and that is interesting because they did not want to see that Lapras for some reason, and that's probably why right there. Clockstar was lurking in the back. Now we're going to have the Malamar onto the Clocksire. We are going to shield here because we want this Clocksire either to get KO'd or barely not taken out so we can farm potentially. It all depends on what we think is in the back, and ends up being the Marrow. So this Azu has a chance to win this game if we can potentially farm this down. We are going to shield here, ends up being the Bone Club, and we are going to be able to farm down, but we are going to be pretty low. Looks like our opponent here is going to come back in with their Guzzlord, and the Guzzlord has no chance. And then you can see right here, our opponent is going to be able to reach a move to take out our Azu, but these Sideways are going to come in clutch for the win. So check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoy the video.